What's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today on the show we have Terry Banish with the City of Atascadero. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
It's always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you for coming on. So you guys have a lot of stuff going on there in Atascadero.
We have a lot cooking.
Busy, busy, busy.
Yes, absolutely.
And now the weather is
it's just so
lining
beautiful
up, huh?
outside, and so much to see wildflower wise, and we have all these hiking trails and things like that too. So, and Carrizo National Monument out there, the flowers are going crazy. And
have you been out there yet?
No, I've seen pictures, but I'll get out there hopefully this weekend.
Just everywhere you go has been. I mean, I've seen purple and yellow and orange,
pink,
and just
it's crazy.
I have never been out there to see it, but just driving out 46.
Yes,
just the mountains is just so cool.
It's so pretty, and I mean, everywhere you go, all the green hills and stuff. It's just amazing this time of year. But now that we've had all the rain, it's even better. We're supposed to get a little bit more rain, which is good, but not on these events. So I'm like, yay.
Weed time.
Yeah. Weed time. Weed abatement. I could talk all kinds of fun things like that.
Awesome. So last week we tagged you on and we were talking about Earth Day.
Yes.
How did that go for you?
That went really well. So the zoo was very busy, with all the families and kids coming out and for Party for the Planet. And then Earthshine, they had their cleanup of the creek in that area. Just amazing amount of, debris and things that they collected. And it looks so pretty now that that's all cleaned up. So thanks to Earthshine, because, they're an amazing group of people, volunteers. They come in, take care of everything. And then the zoo did super well as well. So it was a great weekend. Yeah.
Very awesome.
And we're going to keep going. We got lots coming up. So
yeah, so we'll tackle what you got going on this weekend, but looking a little further, you have Tamale Fest.
Yes, Tamale
Fest.
Still,
first weekend in May.
Yep, first weekend in May. Cinco de Mayo, we kick off with a First Friday in downtown. And we have the Sip and Shop that the Atascadero Chamber of Commerce puts on. That's the wine walk where there's like 20 different stores. You get a chance to really shop and kind of check things out. And then we have a passport that we're doing, hashtag A-Town Downtown Passport. And that passport you can take into 6 businesses out of the 40 businesses, and you get a stamp, and then you enter and win a shopping spree. So it's all going on. We'll have tours of City Hall that'll be going on that evening as well. And then fingers crossed, fireworks at 8 o'clock. If you're in Sunken Gardens or downtown, you'll have a great view of the fireworks. So Tamale Festival will kick off. We'll have some tamale vendors open as well. But if we get a little precipitation, it will be good. If we can keep the vegetation green enough, we'll be able to do the fireworks on that evening. And then we go right into the big event the next day, May 6th on Saturday from 11 to 7. All kinds of stuff happening. So
how many days a week do you take off, Terry?
I do.
My
I find
gosh.
time. I have a great team that I work with. Our recreation team is amazing, and Public Works and everybody. It takes everybody firing on all cylinders to make it happen. I couldn't do this without everybody. We're all in it together. So, yeah.
I would love to be in the war room when you guys are thinking up your next big events.
Yeah.
You're probably, the sky's the limit. It's like, okay, let's bring it back a little bit, right?
Yeah, sometimes they have to bring me back a little bit because I'm like,
you have a big imagination.
Yeah, it's like just creating fun memories for folks and families, and to be able to come out and you're not, there's not a lot of people, like we don't live in LA County. Like you can come to an event and really enjoy it as a resident, and also keeping the balance with that too, right? There's a balance to not having too much where the residents can come and enjoy their community and, not feel like, okay, I'm going to avoid downtown. We don't want folks to feel that way. So we try to be, very thoughtful in our process of all of that. So, yeah.
And there's a lot of history in Atascadero.
There's a ton of history in Atascadero, and being able to offer opportunities to learn more about the history and keep that going. And yeah, we have a lot happening. We've got a great city and, great community that really is very receptive to so many different things. So
very
makes
cool.
it fun.
Well, you do a lot for it.
Thank you.
So, the events that happen.
It's a fun job.
I bet. I bet.
Keeps me going.
So tell me, what do we got coming up this weekend?
This weekend is Brew at the Zoo. It's our 9th annual Brew at the Zoo, and we are it's going to be a lot of fun. So we have almost 20 breweries, cideries, distilleries, seltzers, you name it, wine, absolutely got the wine there. It's an opportunity for us to showcase our area too, and to pull in different different brands that you can sample and taste, and also bring in some things from out of the area that we don't always get to, go check out, like Tarantula Hill Brewing out of Ventura, and Black Market Distillery. They're going to be there with, 6 different of their distilled beverages to try. So a lot of different ones coming in as well, which makes it fun, and, kind of keeping track of that kind of thing, an opportunity to really check it out. So
yeah, because looking at some of these, you got Barley and Boar.
Yeah, Barley and Boar is our sponsor, and they will be open next weekend, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's in downtown Atascadero. So that'll be something to check out for Tamale Festival. And they're a big sponsor of Brew at the Zoo and of a lot of our different events that are coming up. But we also have a lot of our distilleries and craft breweries that'll be there. So it's worth coming and checking out that. And then we have entertainment too. So we'll have Dante Marsh and the Vibe Setters, and they'll be coming in at 6:30 in the Zoo Garden, which is our new event center over there. So if you haven't checked that out, that'll be fun to see.
That's just to the left as you're walking in?
Just to the left as you walk in. We'll have food trucks and, a variety of different, everybody will be scattered throughout the zoo. So you have plenty of opportunity to check out the animals, and we'll have our education animals out there with our, different snakes and hedgehog and, lizards, and who knows. We have Wally, he's our alligator, American alligator. He'll be out and about, because usually 5:30 the animals, are getting fed, so they're more active at that time. So it is good to get there timely too and check everything out. And then Garden Party will kick us off at 5:30 over at Chick City. So Chick City's a little different than what some might think. It's the little chicks that we have back there when it's our spring festival type of thing. But it's an area that's kind of fun to have a band back there and a couple food trucks there as well. So it'll be a good time.
And I always say this with the Atascadero Zoo, it's really a diamond in the rough, because if you have to know about it or be exposed to it in some way, and I feel like there's still a lot of people that don't know Atascadero has a zoo.
It's so true, they don't. And I don't know if how different cities manage through that. We try to do our best in promoting as much as we can, and getting that exposure out there and promoting across all kinds of media. So folks, if they don't see it here, they'll see it somewhere else. And that's been our biggest focus. But the Charles Paddock Zoo was founded by Charles Paddock, and he was a ranger back in the day, and he would help animals. And so that's how it all kind of got started. And I think we're like 65 years old now or something like that. So it's pretty cool how everything kind of evolved out there at Atascadero Lake Park. And it's such a beautiful area. And you can walk around the lake. It's 1.1 miles around the lake, and you can walk it, run it, whatever you want to do. Take the dog for a walk, type of thing. And then the playground and the whole pavilion right there. It's really pretty.
Because that setting there with the Atascadero Zoo, with the Atascadero Lake now full, thriving.
Yes.
You got the park. The full playground for the kids.
Yep.
You got the barbecue areas out in the park, horseshoes. Pretty much just a all-in-one. And then you have the, what do you call the center there where they have the event center, right?
Yeah, we have the pavilion on the lake. And then we have Mr. Putter's Boathouse, so you can take a paddle boat out. You can go, do paddleboard out, kayak. There's all kinds of different, go check out the island that's out there that has all of the wildlife around it.
But can you take your own kayak out there?
Yeah.
Really?
You can, yeah. And you can fish. It's so Fish and Wildlife, they restock the lake with different kinds of fish, trout, I think specifically. I might get hung up on that, but you can go fishing as long as you have your fishing license. And yeah, there's a lot to do out there, actually.
Is there ever, and you might not be able to say or know, that lake turning back into a swimming lake?
Yeah. I don't know.
Back in the day, it used to be.
Back in the day, yeah. There's an ordinance in place with all of that, so you'd have to change the ordinance. That's a big deal, and right now it's not a focus. The city manages and has the lake, that part of it, and then Fish and Game are, our folks that we have to make sure we're doing all the right things with. So I don't know about that.
Yeah, but the kayaking, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know you can take on your own.
You can do paddleboard. Stand-up paddleboarding, out there if you want to.
Very cool.
I don't know if I would want a paddleboard out there. I'd rather just take my chances out in Morro Bay.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that is something that came about with Lake Fest, that we amended the ordinance to be where you can do.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Yeah.
So getting
Make a
back
day of
to Brew at the Zoo,
Yes.
what if somebody buys the tickets, comes in, what's the event look like?
So what that looks like, you come in, you get your commemorative glass, and I brought a glass today. So we have our little Brew at the Zoo glass with Wally, our American alligator, on the front. That's really a picture of Wally, so we try to do that to make it fun. And then we have different, right when you come in, we're going to pour you some of whatever beverage you love. So if you want a little splash of wine, you'll get that. If you'd like to have a distilled beverage, we'll have that right there too. We'll have cider. And then as you go in, all the craft breweries are in and around, and a variety
Throughout
of
the
different
zoo?
craft breweries. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So it's all you can sample and drink during that time frame. Bring a designated driver. They get complimentary beverages with Paradise shaved ice. They're offering that, and then we'll have water throughout the zoo as well. At 5:30, we'll have Garden Party band that will kick off. Danny Grasseshi and his team there will, they got great music back there in Chick City, which is next to the Red Panda exhibit, so you can go in that direction. Or if you're into the Vibe Setters and you want to go over to Zoo Garden at 6:30, there's that happening. Then we have Medina Light Show Design. He does all of our emceeing, DJing, and he has his picture booths. You'll want to get a fun picture being at the zoo. You'll also have a hula hoop contest, a dance contest. There's going to be a costume contest. So literally come dressed as a party animal, because we definitely have that going on too. A lot of fun. This is an all ages event, really, 21 and older, all ages, because the music variety is definitely appeals to different folks. So we have really a good variety of folks there enjoying the zoo, and all of the proceeds benefit the Charles Paddock Zoo. So
Awesome.
Your money is going for the conservation and maintenance efforts that are done by the zoo on an ongoing basis. And we've talked about accreditation, and we've been accredited for 30 years from the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, and so AZA is what we call it for short. And they have all this criteria that you have to have in order to be accredited. And out of 4,000 zoos in the country, only 233, 236 are accredited, and we're one of them. So that's pretty significant when you look at all that goes into that accreditation, and everything with your, the animals and the program they're on with their food, and all of it. Everything is all, part of this, and keeping animals from becoming extinct as well. So we have the radiated tortoise, and that's what we kind of focus on, and we can that's a bad word, we can give that animal over to, let's say, Santa Barbara Zoo if they're looking to breed and whatever they have going on with their program. Wow. So these animals don't become extinct, and at some point some of them being able to be going back out to the wild. But there's so much behind it. It's hard to give you that in a short period of time. Wow. But it's all positive, and kind of keeps these things from happening with becoming extinct, which is cool.
So, and this is a movement for the zoo.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
The Friends of the Zoo.
Yeah, this is part of Friends of the Zoo, and really working in the direction with the Friends of the Zoo. Some point down the road, managing the zoo and doing all these wonderful things. So
Very cool.
It's one of the many events that we're doing, and many things that we're doing to raise money for the zoo.
Awesome. Now, can somebody buy a ticket at the gate, or
Yes.
do you prefer online?
We prefer online. So right now it's online only. It's $40, and I've had a couple folks say, well, I don't want to pay the service fee. Can I come down to the zoo and buy a ticket? No, the service fee has been kind of calculated in the price to make it less. As far as like at the gate. So the gate's going to be the most that you're going to pay, which is $50. And that gives you all of your different wineries and everything you want. That's what that's for, and the animals and the experience of being there, and the bands and all of that. We will have about 5 food trucks, and so you'll be able to purchase food with the food trucks. So we have everything from Huatulco Taco to Paradise Shaved Ice. We'll have tri-tip sandwiches. We have Paso Catering bringing in wood-fired pizza. We have A-Town Humble Pie, which will have their fresh pies there for you. Oslo Good with their chocolates. So we have a great variety there. And then Cardana Kitchen will be there. They're that Irish pub, Irish food type of thing, goes well with beer. So we kind of got it covered on that part. So yeah, it's 5:30 kicks off. It goes to 8:30, and a lot of fun to have in that time frame.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait
it's
for it.
definitely fun. So
Awesome. Well, Terry,
thank
you so much. Really
Yes.
appreciate it. Looking forward to
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
So this Saturday,
Yep. April
Atascadero.
29th.
Awesome. At the Charles Paddock Zoo.
Yep.
Awesome.
You got it.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Randy.
Well, there you have it, guys. Make sure you guys get out there this Saturday to the Atascadero Zoo. You do not want to miss Brew at the Zoo. But as always, guys, we can't do this without our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Story Termite and Pest Control, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Airflow Filter Services, Kennedy Club Fitness, Amy and Jamie's Place, and Pastor Robles Furniture, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you Saturday.